Imagine a child sitting alone at lunch every day and they feel invisible and they are struggling with their classwork and feel like they're not going to succeed and not graduate. We all have felt unsupported at some point in our life. Volunteering as a mentor for kids in schools provides life changing benefits for students, communities, and yourself. Maybe you remember a time in your life when a person's encouragement changed everything for you. They encouraged you, and because of that encouragement, you were able to accomplish what you thought was not possible. Maybe it was a teacher, a coach, a mentor, or a counselor. But that encouragement that we all once got is needed in our schools today. I'm going to share a short story about my high school experience. It was 2002, and I was a junior at Sunnyside High School. At that time, I was really struggling with math and science. I really felt hopeless and didn't understand what was going on in class. So that led me to not go to school. I started skipping classes, and I was failing all my classes. Since I was failing all my classes and felt like I wasn't going to graduate, I considered dropping out. So I just would go during the week, sometimes to class, just to mess around with my friends. I remember it was a Thursday, and I got called into the office, and it was a counselor. Her name was Christy Hilda. And when we spoke, it was different. It was a different type of communication we were having versus the times I had spoken with other teachers and other counselors about my grades. She actually took the time to listen to what I had to say. She took the time to listen to my struggles and the problems I was having at home. She reminded me that I had potential, and her encouraging words and support made me want to give school another try. I started going back to class, and slowly I started grasping what was going on, and I ended up passing my classes. I passed with D's, but now I had confidence in myself, and I had confidence in my abilities, and I started going to tutoring for my other classes, for all the classes, and staying after school and getting the help that I needed. And by her checking in with me every week, once or twice a week, really showed me that she believed in me. And her encouraging words really made me want to graduate my senior year. I did end up graduating, and it was one of the best experiences I had ever felt in my life. Now I volunteer as a middle school and high school mentor at the Union Gap area. And it's really rewarding to see these students wanting to go to class when at some point in their life they felt like giving up. My name is Alex Rios, and today I will talk about the benefits of volunteering as a mentor for kids in school. I will talk about three main points. First, I will explain why mentoring is necessary. Second, how volunteering as a mentor makes a difference. And finally, I will share how you can get involved. A lot of these students don't have support at home, and that has been an issue for a long, long time. Millions of children struggle at home. They don't have the support from their parents. Either their parents are too busy with work, they're single parents, and when they come home, they're exhausted. They don't check in with their kids. They don't ask how their day was going. They don't ask how school is going. And there is no encouragement by telling their kids, hey, you can do it, or if you're struggling, let's make an appointment and see what we can do to get you the help that you need to keep going to school. And sadly, a lot of these parents' answer is just drop out and get a job. According to the Rite of Passage organization, mentored youth are 55% more likely to enroll in college. Teachers do notice that the students with mentors engage more in class and start behaving better in class versus the kids that aren't mentored. And what happens is not all the kids have mentors because there's not enough mentors or volunteers to go to school and get the support. And a lot of these students don't ask the teachers for help because they already feel like they are not liked by the teacher, which is not always the case. According to a national study, teachers said mentor students were more motivated and engaged because someone believed in them outside of school. Some students will end up dropping out, unfortunately, because they feel unwanted, they feel worthless, they feel hopeless, and they start acting out. And once they start acting out, they don't want to continue with school because they're failing and they just want to drop out. And that's what they do eventually. But one mentor can really help reduce those things. Now we can talk how mentoring changes lives. So you don't have to spend every day, all day at school. All you need to volunteer is 1 hour a week, which is 4 hours a month. And by you volunteering for that 1 hour a week can really change a student's life. And all you have to do is listen to them, help them with their homework, and give them some encouraging words. Sometimes that's all students need, is to hear encouraging words and support that they don't often hear from anybody. According to county health ranking and roadmaps, mentoring programs increase high school completion rates among students who are at risk of dropping out by 9%. So these mentoring programs do help students, and mentoring has been around, I know, here in the lower valley since around 2009 or 10. Students who have mentors will have more confidence in themselves and healthier relationships, not just with their teachers, but at home with their family, parents, siblings. While it changes lives, it also changes you as a person. So imagine students walking into class with confidence because they had someone who encouraged them to keep trying and to not give up. Now they feel good about themselves and want to graduate and keep going to school. Students who graduate can also become leaders in their communities. So those students that once were considering of dropping out can eventually become a teacher, a cop, a firefighter, or even a counselor. So just imagine yourself being the one who made a child believe in themselves because you never gave up on them and they never gave up on themselves. Because of you, they got confidence. Because of you, they didn't drop out. Because of you, they were able to graduate high school. And because of you, they decided to keep trying and not give up. So I challenge you to take action and become a volunteer for these students who really need that support and encouraging words. SafeYakima.org is a local volunteer mentoring site, so you can go on there and fill out a quick application, and they reach out to you within 48 hours. And depending where you live, they match you up with the school. They even ask you if you prefer middle school students, high school students, even elementary students. And males stay with males and females stay with females. You can also go to church mentoring programs, which there is church mentoring programs. Check out a church. You can check in with the youth leaders or outreach leaders. Or if you have a preferred school, you can check in and ask about their mentoring needs. Just 1 hour a week will change a child's life. So, in conclusion, I talked about how mentoring is needed for children, how mentoring can change lives, and how you can take action and volunteer today. So, before I end, I just want to say don't just hope for change, be the person who makes it happen for a child today. Thank you.